Take a look at this chart. I found that to be very interesting this week. It has been 25 years since the iMac was introduced. Macintosh, of course, goes all the way back to 1984, the famous commercial. But it's been 25 years since the iMac came up, and we got this chart right here. There we go. There it is. So take a look at that. Since 2001 to 2022, 9x. It's just amazing. It just keeps going. And meanwhile, the other side of the aisle, you can get a great laptop now. A Windows laptop works really, really well. Great features and everything in it for like $900. Best Buy's got them for $900. And these are quality laptops. I'm not going to name the brands, but they're quality. But take a look at this, Kai. You've got $4 billion in Mac sales in 01, and then $40 billion in 22. So it's not letting up, and that is coming up on the 25 years since Steve went out there on stage and announced the iMac. And I just think it's phenomenal that this product is still growing, but growing at this rate. And in the last 2 years, the growth rate has actually been increasing.
Yeah, I think obviously this surprised me looking at it. Now I'd take the last 2021 and then like going into the end of it with a grain of salt, because obviously that's when a lot of the COVID checks came in, where the economy went boom, and we'll kind of see how that relates to some of the other charts afterwards. But the biggest thing for me, if we looked at the chart on the previous years, it kind of stalled out, and then there's a spike towards the very end. So it's interesting to see how the Macs are still going, and I think it just goes to show the power of the Apple ecosystem and bringing it in, and how if you have one Apple product, it's so much easier to just stay in the ecosystem and then you keep buying. Although you're probably not buying as regularly or as often because of naturally the price, you're still staying within the ecosystem in a way where you don't want to like venture out of it to get everything disconnected.
Yeah, going back, I had read a lot about Macs, and when I started my career in business, Mac was a very expensive design computer, but it was the only design computer to have. It did so many things better than the PCs did. And so as a design computer, it was what you needed, but it was 2-3 times the cost of others. So marketing had 1 or 2 Macs, but the CFO's office was always very careful because it just blew right through the budget that they had for individual headcount. Then you've got the whole iOS ecosystem, and I think there's something to that, because all the apps and everything that are working now that work on your phone, there's a lot of interchange that's happening, and the Macs are just getting better. And they're still more expensive, but not crazy expensive. But as you correctly point out, 2020, 2021, 22, there's been a spike up in those, the laptops, the Air Mac, just MacBook Air, let me say.
Yep.
I call it an Air Mac, AirPods, Air Mac.
Yeah.
Boy, you got to keep it straight.